Snuggly. Being snuggly.
So probably we're gonna hear a low sound.
Good morning, friends. So I'm going to share a full day of school this morning because so many of you have asked, what does it look like for us to go through just school in general? So I'm going to give you a play-by-play walkthrough of today's school day. And if you like this type of video, give it a thumbs up and let's see how the day goes. All right, so we got everybody here situated at the table. They're all waiting to start morning studies. They got like their music done, their morning routines done, and sometimes they'll get some other things done if they're waiting for the rest of the family. So the boys are just going to be here trying their best to behave, as always. The girls, they sometimes will take out handcrafts. They do this almost every day or something to do while...
sometimes it's Play-Doh, sometimes it's kind of...
Yeah, whatever it is, because a lot of the morning subjects that we need to do are just listening, and they do a good job still paying attention. So it is 9:45, so we're starting a little bit late, but it's fine. So our morning studies take us anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm gonna show you what we're doing today. Okay, so I use this as my guide. Today is a Tuesday, so Bible is the ology book, and then our poem, we're just reading a poem today. We're going to sing our hymn. Then we're going to do a lesson about being out in nature, which is what we've been discussing for habits. And then a Spanish lesson. And then we are reading today a chapter of History of the World and also a chapter of Around the World in 80 Days. So just a look, at what we are doing today. My book that I just kind of keep the hymns, recitation things that
you get the folder.
We're memorizing, and then also just some maps. So anyway, that's what we're using there. And you can see here on the morning time, the things that get alternated are all of the family enrichment studies. So we have the folk song, picture study, composer, Shakespeare, and Trial and Triumph. So these are the things that get rotated in and out. So for the ology book, I will be reading this lesson. And then after I finish the lesson, we will read these different scripture verses that go along with the lesson. So that is what we'll do first. All of these verses talk about what it is to be born.
And most of them
born
we
again.
actually know in our Sunday school class.
Yeah, a lot of them they've actually memorized in their Sunday school class. Okay, so now we take turns. As you guys know, if you've watched any of our day in lives before, we're going to read a poem.
It's my turn.
So this book I picked up actually at the thrift store, and we've just been kind of going through it. The actual poet that we're doing this term is William Wordsworth, but we only read him 2 to 3 times a week, and he's also the one that we pull from for our recitation each term, and those are the poems that we memorize, William Wordsworth. But we also like to just enjoy other poetry, and so the off days I will pull this one out and we'll read a poem from this book. So next we will do our hymn for the month. We work on one hymn for the whole month. We follow the Ambleside schedule. Ambleside. Okay, so obviously David's favorite part of our morning is hymns and folk song.
He loves them.
Ambleside is really great. They have a whole playlist of the hymns for each month, and they actually have a few variations. Once we know the song, a lot of times we'll just sing it a cappella. So the girls also have like little morning time folders with some of their like recitation hymns, folk songs. And so this is my father's world. Now I will link the lady that makes these printable coloring sheets that go along with each hymn or folk song that the kids can color in if they wish. The hymn or folk song that we are learning. So the other thing I'd add, since I'm using my laptop, a lot of times I'll use my phone, but I record on my phone. My husband did pick this up a couple months ago, and it is, yeah, it was on clearance. It's super great. It's like a, speaker. So I'll use that just because it has to be loud to overcome David's voice. So this month we are working on This Is My Father's World, so we're going to listen to it. Oh, so strong, God is the ruler, yeah. This is my Father's world. The battle is not done. Jesus who died to be satisfied, and earth and heaven be bound. This is my Father's world. Where should my heart be sad? The road is clear, let the heavens is laying down the rails. And so we've just been actually discussing not what you would maybe think of as a habit, but it's a physical habit. So this falls under physical habits, but it's really about, boys, be quiet for a minute. Boys, it's really about getting outside in nature. And actually the kids have logged mostly, over 50 hours, even though it's been the month of February, which is really cold and wintry. So anyway, we go over the lesson. We usually discuss the habit a little bit. So today's lesson 10, and we're going to read a poem about trees and discuss what it's like and how do we feel when we are sitting outside in the shade. We officially kicked the boys outside. It's like 65 degrees in February. It's going to be 70. So we needed like a break. A lot of times if I can, I will kick them outside, or sometimes I will put them in their bedroom to play magnet tiles. Once we get through family studies, sometimes they're fine. Like sometimes, like yesterday, they played Play-Doh and it was fine. But anyway, today they're just wound up. So we use the Cherrydale Press Speaking Spanish. We've been using this for almost a year. I got it like halfway through last year. And so we are on lesson 20 because we're just kind of mastering it as we go through. Cherrydale Press gives you a download of all of the audios. So again, this is really handy to have this portable speaker. I can't believe I didn't get it years ago. And so we will go through this lesson. Yep. And then we usually do one review memorized. And so that is next. All right, our last two books are our read aloud. So because we started Ambleside late, we are reading a chapter in this one. We were doing 2 chapters last year, but now we're kind of caught up where my 8-year-old is in year 2. So we'll read, and they're very short, like they take 5 minutes. So we'll read this one and this one, they'll narrate. And then we are doing this one. This is our current read aloud. We're about halfway through. It's around.
Why we're reading it?
Yeah, tell them why we're reading it.
We're reading it for a book club at Graham's house.
Yes, so Grandma is hosting a book club. Last year we did Narnia, so she's doing another book club in March, just this year as well. And we're doing Around the World in 80 days. And so they're going to get together for a few hours, and she has like snacks and activities and fun things planned.
It's kind of cool
for this book.
When we did Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, she fed us Narnian food, and she like every different room was like a different place. Like we had Mr. Thomas's house, and we ate what they ate. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
And we had hot cocoa and Turkish delight.
Yeah. It was fun. So we're really enjoying this book. It's actually got a good sense of humor, and it's pretty funny. And we've been following along. I should have put like little pins, but we've been following along his journey on our world map there. So that's been a lot of fun. So we're going to do our reading. All right, so now that we have finished family studies, it has been exactly an hour and 5 minutes, which is pretty accurate with the talking that I've been doing and the interruptions from the boys. So these are the charts that I showed you guys in a previous planning video, which if you haven't seen it, I will link my planning video below. But this is the schedule that they're following. I'll show you my 8-year-old schedule here in a minute. Tomorrow we have co-op. We have co-op twice a week. So we do not do school on co-op days because it is a full day commitment.
Twice a week?
Twice a month. Did I say twice a week?
Yeah.
Twice a month. So Adelaide already did her typing earlier today when she was waiting for us. So now in the course of our routine, I have it here just so I don't have to think it through in my head. I first do math with Juliet, and Adelaide will go do her independent work. So I'll show you what she's going to do by herself. And then I will do math with Adelaide, and then Juliet will do her independent work. So that's the first thing that we have to get done.
I'm going to read Bible.
So Adelaide, yep. Her independent work on Tuesdays would be like typing. She'll do a poem or scripture verse in cursive. So she'll do those, and then she can do almost all of these by herself as well. So she's going to probably just get her readings done. So she's going to go read her Bible. She has George Washington's World. Age of Fable is one that we use LibriVox recording because of the pronunciation of so many of the words. And Answering the Cry of Freedom, she doesn't always have, so she does not have that this week. And I'll show you how they find what their reading is assigned for that week. So Juliet, here's hers. She's in year 2. So she is going to start with her math. I think she has a test today, right?
Yeah, and then tomorrow unit test.
And she has a unit test. Well, that'll be on Thursday because we don't have school tomorrow. So she's going to go get started on her math. So because she doesn't necessarily need me with math, I will take this opportunity to go brush my hair, do my makeup, and a lot of times I'll sneak away for like 10 minutes to just get some mom primping done. So let me show you how they know. Go ahead and get started on your math, Juliet. I'll show you how they know what readings they're supposed to do. So over here, we have a lot of craft stuff out because they're working on some presents. Oh yeah, I know. Adelaide finished that. She's making this for
a birthday present.
A birthday present for a friend.
I'm making one too.
And Julia is making a birthday present as well. So they got invited to a birthday party, and I love that they can just make some crafts. It's fun, right? So these are their Ambleside schedules. These are printed directly from Ambleside online. I use a green highlighter. I keep it in our morning basket over there, and they will refer to this to know which readings they need to do. So I'll just use Adelaide here as an example. So these are the readings that she is going to be doing today. So I don't think she's caught up on crossing these out. So I think she's already done these. So she'll just pick what Bible reading, and then she'll go over to George Washington's World, which she's somewhere in here.
Mom.
She'll read the next 2 stories. Hold on, sweetheart. And then Age of Fable, she'll be here. So you can see we're kind of wrapping up the term here because we have about 3 weeks left, 3-4 weeks. So that's where she's at. So I don't write it out. They just come here and see where they're at, and then we cross it off when they're done. So that's how she knows what she needs to do. You can see the boys are outside playing. Their daddy is in the garage. He is a personal trainer, so he has clients in the morning and afternoons. And so anyway, there's the boys getting their fresh air. And then, yeah, usually when they're doing their independent work, Adelaide likes to find somewhere quiet. Right, Adelaide? Is Mom interrupting you? So she's going to do probably her readings here. They're really motivated because the sun is out. So they want to get their school done. And I will do my makeup.
Just that and that page, and it's done.
Nice. All right, so I'm doing my makeup, and Adelaide is ready for her next thing. So for Age of Fable, this is what she does. We listen to it on the LibriVox recording. So I think this lesson is about 7 or 8 minutes, but she has some wireless headphones that she uses, and she does follow along. She'll follow along with the book, and then you're fine. If it stops in like a middle of a thing, like a middle of a track, I'm pausing it.
Put out to like Pygmalion.
Pygmalion. Nice. She'll just put the time in pencil if
or
it's in the middle.
Or a new chapter.
Yeah, if it's in the middle of a track.
This is old.
But I like to use LibriVox for Age of Fable because of the pronunciation of. I listen to it too as well, and just to get the pronunciation of the Greek people. So anyway, she's gonna do that, Meanwhile, Mommy is going to finish up my makeup. Just two boys, spring weather, and the trampoline. I tell you, so thankful for warm, sunny days like this in February. It's the best. Literally the best. Okay, so now Adelaide is finishing her last reading. She is doing George Washington's World. She's still hanging out in my bedroom. It's quiet in here, and so that's really important, and the sunshine's nice, and so yeah, she likes to do a lot of her readings in my room, and Mommy is okay with that. Now the boys did come in from their outside, and they're just having a leftover pancake, and they had banana for a quick snack, and Juliet's getting herself a quick snack. Yeah. Pancake. I'll get it, okay? So they're having leftover pancake, and then Juliet is taking a break from her independent work. She's having an apple. Pancake. Say please. Please. That's better. Okay. All right. So, by the way, if your schoolroom does not look like this in the middle of the day, then I don't know what you're doing. So, Juliet has moved on. She left her test out for me. I'm going to correct that. Where'd you put it away?
It's right behind you.
Oh, okay. So she's got her little snack, and she's going to do her typing, and then she's got handwriting to do. She's getting that done, and Adelaide will be down to do her math, but she also doesn't need me today to help with math because it's just a lesson, but I'm available if she does need me. So, and then I'm actually going to get started on our dinner, which we eat at lunchtime, and then I will do, you can see over here, readings with Juliet. And then Adelaide, I don't think I have any readings with her today. Sometimes I do reading with her, but I don't think so. So she'll just read something out loud to me. And then that's it. And then we'll break for lunch. So I'll keep showing you guys as the girls go through their different subjects. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I should show you guys just as an example of how things rotate. So, and maybe you saw this if you watched my planning video, but you can see how the books are different. And then also their language, using spelling and language well by Simply Charlotte Mason, is on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And because Wednesdays are co-op twice a week, I know at least they're getting 2, but sometimes 3 days in. And so those days are really when I have to sit down and do language with them. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because of afternoon things that we have going on, I have piano lessons on Thursdays, and on Tuesday we have violin and viola lessons. I try to arrange the independent readings, especially with my 10-year-old daughter, to be ones that she can do by herself so that I can kind of move along with other parts of my day, like, you know, getting lunch prepared or whatever I have to get done. I'll try to get done in the morning when they're doing more independent work. So anyways, that's what's going on now. Adelaide took up her math to do math upstairs, and she'll bring it back down when she's done. And the boys are just kind of hanging out while I just putz. I actually at work and do other things while I'm waiting. So it's 11:50. So again, here's just a friendly reminder that these timetables are supposed to be treated more like a rhythm. I only recently, a few months ago, put in actual times just so I could coordinate when I'm working with the girls, and I have to do that when my third child is 6 years old, and just making sure that my time is coordinated appropriately. But otherwise, we're right around here, which is, it's just about right, actually. My youngest is working on her free time, and my oldest doesn't have language with me anyway. So even though we started 45 minutes late, according to our rhythm, we're doing fine. And then I'm gonna, lunch will be done here in just a little bit, so I'm gonna go finish that up, and then we can break. And so the reading that I have to do with my youngest, I'll probably just end up doing after lunch. And then my oldest should be just about finished with her stuff. So just a little example. I definitely recommend having a clock. That has been a great addition to our schoolroom, just to kind of help guide our mornings. And yeah, looks like Michael is doing his maze book, right? Yep, he's doing a maze book, which we keep that little activity bin there so they can get books from there when they're when they're bored. And this, I don't know what this guy's doing. Don't ask. He's just always getting into something. So there's that. What are you doing? Okay, so because we've lost some of our manipulatives, Adelaide is resorted to using Legos for this math lesson that she's doing. So she's just gonna sit here and enjoy the sunshine and do her math. All right, so we're pretty much done with school. Juliet and I have to read Wind in the Willows, and she has Bible left to do, so we're going to get those done after lunch. I made the Iowa Eats Hamburger Helper. I sub chicken broth instead of the milk. So it's a little better on my macros for me, but it's still really, really healthy. It does call for cheddar cheese. You can see how creamy it is. You can even probably cut the cheddar cheese in half if you wanted. So we're having your hamburger helper and a little side salad. So that's what we're having for lunch. We're going to finish up school, and I'll just tell you what we're doing the rest of the day. Okay, so because this was a day in the life homeschool edition video, I'm going to be closing out this video now. This is a Tuesday, and so typically after lunch, if there's any independent readings that I need to do with the girls, that is when I will get them done. And so I do have that one with Juliet. And then today I have a Zoom at 2 o'clock. The kids are all going to go outside and play, and my 2-year-old is going to go down for his nap after lunchtime. He's actually really good about taking his nap every day. The other 3 are going to either play or play outside or play games or something. I have that Zoom, and then typically that's when I'll have like some quiet time along with everybody else. So if I'm not having any like social media work to do or like YouTube editing, that kind of stuff, I'll read a book, nonfiction. I'm part of a few nonfiction book clubs, and so I have a little bit of reading to do for our church small group tomorrow. So I'm gonna get that done, and then we will have viola and violin lessons on Tuesday. So we leave at 4 p.m. and we're not usually home until 6 o'clock. While the girls are at violin and viola, that is when I typically will do my grocery run, either a Walmart pickup, but most often I go to Aldi. So I have a list of things that I need to get at Aldi, which I will run and do while they're at lessons. And then we'll get home. Typically, since we eat dinner now, our big meal, we'll just have a snack. And so tonight the kids will probably just have some parfaits for a snack on Tuesday because it's a little bit later in the evening. And then we'll just kind of wind down for the evening. So that is what our Tuesday looks like. That is a little peek inside a day in the life, but like homeschool edition, because I have gotten questions of how do we kind of work through Ambleside? How do we do the Charlotte Mason method? I should probably add the girls narrate to me after they finish readings. They're reading, they'll narrate to me immediately afterwards. That works for us right now. I understand if you have more kids that are school age, you may have to do it like a certain time in your timetable or in your routine that is specific for hearing all the narrations. We're not there that I can kind of listen to them as they read right afterwards. So that is peek into our day. If you like this video and you want to see more of kind of like our rhythms, because every day is slightly different, I'm sure you guys are the same way. I can try to record them different days of the week so you can kind of get a look into the changes that are minuscule, but they are there. But be sure to give this one a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, I would love for you to subscribe and just join us in our homeschool journey. Hopefully I'm a source of just encouragement for you. I know we are all in different seasons and walks, but I want this place to be a place that is just helpful and encouraging. So I will see you next time. Bye.